Hey there, today we're going to be talking about the first shot in pickleball games, the serve. Rules on the serve are that it has to have your feet behind these lines when you're making contact. We also need to serve with making contact with the ball under our waistline here. As we're making contact, we're swinging underhand and we're trying to aim that ball to the cross court, okay?
Okay.
When we're hitting a great serve, that might mean that we hit it deep into the court or further away. This causes our opponents to hit a little bit of a harder return and keep them back from the kitchen line. When you hit a good serve though, you're at least getting it in. That allows us to continue playing the game that we all know and love, and I want you to be consistent over than high risk, high reward, all right? This is the 3-step process that you're gonna wanna think about before serving. I might calibrate my systems by pointing my toes, my hips, and my shoulders into the direction of my target so that I'm aiming over there. Next, I'll do some kind of rhythm to get myself into my service routine. That might be bouncing the ball and stepping out. That might be tapping the ball to the sweet spot of my paddle right in the center. And that might just be bouncing it with my hands a couple times. Each service routine is going to be specific towards the player, so find what's going to be comfortable for you. In my service routine, I like to bounce the ball a couple times on my paddle and tap before I go for the serve. When you are serving, you can either bounce the ball and then serve, or you can hit it out of the air, as I did on the first one. Where the ball bounces doesn't matter legality-wise. It can be inside the court or outside the court. But I want to recommend that you always hit the ball in front of your body so that when you're swinging, the direction of the end of your swing path points as a follow-through towards your target. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sweet. Ready to get some serves, Jacob?
Yep.
Awesome. Let's get into it. Nice. That's a good serve. Do it again. I like that serve too. It went deep. But one thing I want to see more, Jacob, is get that service routine step in before you hit the ball.
Okay.
Nice. Keep doing that. Good, deep serve. One other thing I want to point out that Jacob does really well is even after he's done his service routine, he double checks with his eyes to make sure he's in alignment with his target. Make sure you look at your target before you hit the ball. Give me a couple more here, Jacob. Nice. Perfect. Now, if I was Jacob's partner and I'm watching him like this as he's serving the ball, I'm not in a ready position. Instead, I should be more engaged by tracking that ball with the tip of my paddle in expectation for it to come back to me. When our opponents hit the return of serve, one of us will be hitting that third shot and the other one is going to start creeping in. That means we'll start moving and watching our partner as they hit the third shot so that we might be able to move into the kitchen before our opponents. But that's getting ahead of the serve, and I really liked your serve. Can we see a couple more consistent ones?
Sure.
Nice. Nice. Perfect. All of those serves were in. Way to be consistent. One great drill you can practice on your own for those serves, Jacob, is setting those cones up 2/3 of the way into the court. You're going to want to hit a deep serve beyond those cones. If you're going to work by yourself, give yourself 2 points every time you get it beyond those cones. 1 point for every serve that you get in. But if you miss a serve, down 1 point. All right? See how many balls it takes for you to get to 11, and then you'll win. Fewer balls, the better. Nice. Remember, when we're practicing our serve, only have one ball in our hand. In a game-like environment, we'll never have two, so we shouldn't practice like that. One ball, that's going to be consistency. When we're going for an aggressive serve, there's three things that we're going to try to exemplify or exaggerate: the power, the placement, and the spin. Most importantly, our placement will be deep in the court. If we can get more power on it, we're going to need to keep it low to the net as opposed to a big arc. And lastly, our spin is all in accordance to how we follow through. When you're just learning how to serve aggressively, there's two styles: fast with top spin and tricky with side spin. If you want to go with side spin, start your paddle out further from the side of your body and move across. If you want to use fast top spin, start further back with your paddle tip down and end up high near your shoulder. Versus thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Subscribe for more pickleball content on Pickleball Daily.